Welcome to the straight line. The poll bugle has been blown in Karnataka, and anticipation is that the Karnataka elections should happen anytime soon. It was the arrival of the leaders of two major political parties, the BJP and the Congress, as both Amit Shah and Rahul Gandhi were in Bangalore on the same date on 31st March. While they were there to pay respect to Sri Siddhaganga Swamiji's at the Mutt, but the fact is that both the leaders went with the top brass of their party to take stock of the situation and understand when Karnataka elections can happen. Speculation is on because Karnataka is the most crucial election before 2024, and this is something where both the parties, Congress and the BJP, are hinging their hopes on, as whoever conquers Karnataka will be able to set the momentum for 2024. Officially, the elections are to be scheduled in May 2023. But the anticipation is that with the political activity hurrying up now, it looks like that this could be anytime soon now. With the kind of activity that has been going on in the last 2-3 days in Karnataka, the first question that comes to many minds is, what will be the outcome of the election? Well, there's a lot of stake for the ruling BJP to retain power. The Congress is making a desperate bid to come back because this is the last major state where the party has a considerable vote bank. Amidst all this, one of the questions is whether the infighting in the Congress will become a challenge for it. The BJP, on the other hand, is ready for elections anytime. It has a very well-oiled election mechanism which will be able to support the call for election at any given time. And that is where the confidence in the BJP is very high at the moment. Whereas on the other hand, the Congress is still to come to terms the fact that top two leaders in the party, D.K. Shivkumar and Siddaramaiah, have been at regular clash of egos, and that is something which has put the party morale down. Clearly, this is something which is a warning signal, and Rahul Gandhi's visit over here was basically to take stock as to what can be done to ensure that the Congress makes a serious bid.
Karnataka has always had the spirit of the Congress party. This is a natural Congress state. Number one, we should not fight an election to make it a close election. We should fight the election to make it a decisive victory for the Congress party. Minimum seats, 150, not one less than that. Number two, we should make our decisions based on merit. And number three, we should reward those who have worked effectively, who have fought, defended the issues, and fought loyally for the Congress party.
While on the face of it, the BJP looks very confident that it can come back to power on the basis of the kind of support system that it has and also the kind of polarization that the state has seen. We have seen series of issues which have targeted the minority communities, be it the Hijab Ban or be it the mutton thing or not allowing the Muslims to attend temple fairs, is clearly something which is doing the background for the party as far as the issue needs to be polarized. Clearly, this is what the party top brass believes help them win UP elections, and this is what may help it win the Karnataka elections. And that is where the party's confidence is. But there are hurdles in the way because there are several party leaders who are still to come to terms with the fact that they would have to face the election under the leadership of Basavaraj Bommai, and that is not acceptable to many of them because they feel that they need a more charismatic, a more powerful leader than Basavaraj Bommai to lead the party to a victory in the elections.
और देश भर में जहां सहकारी आंदोलन सफल हुआ है, मजबूत है, परिणाम लाने वाला है, ऐसे कुछ बचे खुचे राज्यों में से हमारा कर्नाटक इसमें ए ग्रेड पर आता है। कर्नाटक का सहकारिता आंदोलन देश में सबसे पुराना माना जाता है। जब मैं यहां आया हूं तब श्री सिद्धन गौड़ा और श्री रामन गौड़ा पाटिल को स्तुति कर कर, याद कर कर, उनको प्रणाम कर कर मेरी बात की शुरुआत करना चाहता हूं।
Any reference to Karnataka elections is incomplete without the role of the Janata Dal secular led by H.D. Devgowda and H.D. Kumaraswamy being discussed. The only regional party of the state which has seen emerge as a kingmaker in the past could once again be making the bid to be a kingmaker this time also. But the fact that the JDS this time is looking at eyeing the secular vote more aggressively, especially the Muslim minority vote by the induction of CM Ibrahim into the party, who defected from the Congress, clearly is trying to play a very crucial role. One thing that we are all looking at is the fact that whether H.D. Kumaraswamy will emerge as the Akhilesh Yadav of Uttar Pradesh, where he could emerge as a strong opposition, or will he end up being the Mayawati who could help the BJP come to power?
Any kind of business activities from a particular community, this is going on. In Karnataka, we never attempted this kind of development.
Boycott of halal meat also.
No, not only halal meat. From today, they are spreading one news. Don't entertain any shops.
So clearly this is something where a lot of speculation is, because for H.D. Kumaraswamy and the Janata Dal secular, which has seen its fortunes dwindle in every passing election, this election could be a make or break election as far as the only regional party is concerned in Karnataka.
Puppet. Our chief minister is a puppet of particular organizations. On their direction, he is running the government.
You think he's trying to please them way too much?
Yeah, definitely. To safeguard his seat, whatever they are giving direction, he is taking decision. Where is the decision of this government about this development? Who have called for boycott the halal mutton? What is the responsibility of this government?
While it may be a little too early to predict who could be the winner in Karnataka, but the scales definitely seem tilted in the favor of the BJP. Whereas for the Congress, which knows that Karnataka is the last big bastion where it needs to retain hold, will have to put in a lot of effort. But amidst all the kind of polarization and the controversies that have been seen in the state, one question in front of the people is, what about the future of the people of Karnataka? Given that we're seeing the kind of conflicts that I've seen in the past and the shifting of capital from Karnataka to other states, clearly this is something which is becoming a worry. Just for the records, Karnataka now is the number 3 startup capital, down 2 positions from the number 1 that it was 2 years ago. And increasing unemployment and lack of job opportunities certainly is becoming a big challenge. To add to that is the kind of inflation that one is seeing at the present moment. Certainly, it seems to be challenging times for the voters in Karnataka, and they may take the final call depending on how things shape up. This is Vijay Grover signing off for The Straight Line.